I've got an idea. And I don't know if you've heard of D&D Beyond's map editor. If you're a D&D person, a person who likes to play Dungeons and Dragons, and you're looking for cool tools, you know, they have the tabletop editor. They have a couple of different ways to play, and you subscribe to them. You buy the books, and you buy all of the variety of different things out there to play D&D. Now, I personally have never used them. Nope, not once. But I do have D&D Beyond. I do use them. Do use D&D Beyond. I have a master subscription, and I share it with my fellow D&D people. And I have a campaign that I use, that I run a campaign on, and I'm also a member of a campaign that uses it to run our campaign. So I've got some books. I don't have all the books. I have a lot of stuff. I have some maps. I have a variety of other things that come with it. But I have never, this new thing that D&D Beyond has come up with is called Maps. It's a Maps. You go to collections, I believe it is, and you go to where to go. See, this is all new to me, so I'm gonna. It's tools. Tools is what it is. Yeah, Maps. Okay. It's alpha, so it means it's not fully released. I do have a current campaign going, and this is a thing that I've been trying. I've had in my head. I don't know if it's possible. I think it is. But so one of the cool features about this, normally when I play a campaign, I put a TV I have up, and I have this setup where I set it up on the table, and I put a plexiglass over the television, and then they put their pieces on it, and so I can show my map on the screen. So it basically looks a lot like what you're seeing here. And I usually just find images online, or I have purchased this Descent into Avernus is one of the campaigns I'm doing, and I purchased this little add-on thing that has a bunch of extra in-depth information into it, and has a lot of in-color maps that look like this. So the game comes with a maps. In fact, seeing as I have purchased the Descent into Avernus campaign, it comes with maps. So if you go to this maps editor, you can go in here and you see the Flying Fortress. Now this is the player book. When I click on this one, it's black and white. Now you can see it's black and white. Now I have a thing turned on here called Fog of War. And this is one of the things that's kind of cool to me, but it's designed, I can't use this Fog of War as is on my local at-home campaign. And the reasoning for that is they can see this. This would be my D&D thing. You can share this and play with other people, but if you're playing online, they would all log in, and you would send out an invite to them to see the maps, and there's one that you would see as the DM, and then there's one that they would see as the players. And they would only see, I'd imagine, this Fog of War would be invisible to them. So I have two D&D Beyond. So basically, the way I preview this to work at home. Now I want to be able to use this at home. Usually what I have is this sitting on a desk, and it's connected to my computer. And I just pop up a screen, and I share the screen. So this screen here is basically shared to the television that I split screen. I set the display up, say, copy it on this screen and copy it on that screen. So I use this screen as my map, because it's hard to see when it's on the map, and I'm trying to move the mouse and position stuff. And so what we do is we use minis, and we stick them on top of the map. But it's a pain, right? Because you have all the characters are on the table, and they want to go into a new room, and I'm trying to hide the rooms they can't see. So like, for example, they would have come in through, like in this last event, they came in through here. So I would go here, and they came in through this room. Well, they could see, if I put it right, they see this whole area, right? They know it's there. So they come around the corner. They don't know what's in there, but they know this area is there, because I can't hide it on the map, on the table. They're going to see this. Even if I bloat it up, but I try to bloat it up to where these squares are one character squares. So a good chunk of this is on there. And what I end up finding myself doing is stuff like trying to move, putting this like in full screen and going over to here and just trying to move the screen around, keeping it off the table so they can only see what they are. But it only works to a point, right? You can only keep so much of it off the screen, which is, you know, kind of a pain. So I do that with my maps. I show them up there, I make them big, and then I just kind of try to hide in position what's there. And of course, there's nothing in the rooms because I usually have my minis that act as monsters. But in theory, I don't have minis for every kind of character. Or maybe I have one mini and there's supposed to be 5 of them. So maybe I would use tokens for the other 4. I'd put one down, he might be the leader of the group. Or maybe I just have a couple of key minis to go with the group, but then I only have the ones in there that I have tokens for the others, because there's no reason to have everyone down. If I only have 3 of something and it needs 8, well, do I really want to go dig up random minis? Nah, I could throw down some tokens. And they don't care. Now you may, if I was showing this online or streaming it, it'd be kind of weird. Because you'd only see the minis. But what I would end up doing then is having the camera show what's on the screen. And that's what I've done before. I have streamed my games and everybody sees everything that's on the table. So the camera is looking at the TV rather than me sharing the screen. So it just made more sense. Everybody saw what everybody saw. So what would be there? But this would be cool because the fog of war would keep anybody from seeing anything I don't want them to see. Because my screen would be in front of me, and my screen would be this screen. So I have a theory. I don't see why this wouldn't work, but we're going to try and see if there's anything holding it up, like cookies or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an in-private session. Now, an in-private session will allow you to have, essentially, the thought is you can have 2 logins to the same thing, because this has what amounts to an encapsulated sign-in. So, okay, encapsulated means its cookies belong to it. They are not shared with other windows because it's an in-private session. This is a trick we use at work to be able to log in as multiple users at the same time. Now, I don't know if DnDBeyond has got anything that holds that up, interferes with that theory, but we're going to try something. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to try to log in. I'll just log in as Tazion. I think this is actually a separate account. So let's see if this works. Okay, so now here I am Tazion, right? And here I am not. So you can go down, I believe, and you go token browser, ping. Let's see, where is full screen? I think there is a bit here that allows you to invite. Token browser is where you can start putting like other monsters in. So if you want to be able to, so my thought is having maybe either one of them. I could have the DnDBeyond one on my screen and have this one be another character that would be out. So let's see if I can figure out how to. There's a thing where you can invite another player. Draw ruler, point then ping. I don't know what that means. These are things I have not played with. This is all new to me. So this is, I'm testing this theory on my own. Oh, here we go, players. So these are pictures of the minis that I've painted for some of these characters. She's in there still, she's in there still. Excellence is part of it. So I could theoretically put them on the map if I wanted to. So these are all characters that are still available. Hasn't been playing in a while. But if I were to go like Alvin, he's just on there. See, Alvin's on the map. Woohoo! And hide, shift, rename, border clone. I'm gonna remove him for now. But there's supposed to be a way. Oh, I know. Let's just do this. Game info, campaign invite. Here we go. Campaign invite. I'm gonna take this. Copy campaign invite to add new players to this game. Copy maps links to share with players in this game. All right, so what am I copying this? Do I have to send that to someone? Do I send it to myself? I just want to see what it looks like because in order for me to click it, I need to be able to do this here. I don't know what that is. Let's paste it here. Okay, so it is. It's a link. So that's fine. I can take this and I can go down to my in private window, which I'm logged in as down here. Now I can't go to it yet because I haven't actually, well actually maybe I can, hold on. Now this is a fake because this character is not actually in the available characters in this campaign. No results. All my other guys are actually theoretically in campaigns, I'd imagine. So we'll create a character. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but ultimately it's just meant. I don't know why my other characters aren't, because they're probably in other campaigns and I can't use them. I have to probably remove them from another campaign, which I should. I have guys that could probably be in there, but for now we'll just call it DM Overseer. That's what he's going to be, the DM Overseer. His whole thing is he'll be an Aasimar. Aasimar, why not? That sounds like a good thing for an Overseer, right? What else we got here? Anything cool? Sure, I'm just for a moment. He'll be the DM Overseer. Actually, you know what I should make him is like a Aarakocra. I'll tell you why. I have a character that I have in Frosthaven, and his name is oh gosh, what's his name? I have him in all of my campaigns. He's my editor. He's the bard. he's kind of the storyteller of the game. It's Cesar. Cesar. We can call him an Aarakocra, which he's a bird, so we'll choose this race. Yeah, we'll choose this guy. Okay. I can't really you don't pick these guys because they just are. I think this is just what you are. Third, whatever. So we'll go next. So he'll be an Aarakocra. He's a bard because that's his thing. Well, add class. I don't care about that stuff because he's not really ever going to play. He's theoretically not playing in the game. He's just an overseer. He's like the guy who comes along and tells everybody's story. So proficiencies. Well, let's say he plays a lute because he's got a lute. I'm going to show you what it looks like in a minute. I actually have this character. What else? He can do other things. Bird pipes. Well, why not? He can play bird pipes. He can also play I don't even know what some of these are. We'll say the songhorn. Why not? And choose a skill. He's what is he? This is going to be quick because performance. Of course, he's got to have performance. And survival and persuasion. Sure. And spell casting. Does he even need anything here? No, he doesn't need anything there. Okay. Bardic inspiration. Okay, so that's it. That's it for that. Just quick ability scores. We'll just do a standard array. He doesn't need anything fancy. Ability score increase. Well, of course he's got to have charisma, right? I mean, increase 2 scores. And we're going to increase his charisma. And we'll increase his wisdom, intelligence. What's the secondary ability of a... What's his automatics? He gets some automatics. He gets charisma, obviously. And guess he doesn't have any others. His racial abilities don't give him anything. So I'll say intelligence. I can always change it if I care. If I care. If this character ever ends up even getting to be played. So charisma obviously is going to be all the way up to 15. His intelligence will be 13. Sure. And wisdom can be 12. He's not got much strength. That's not his thing. Dexterity, minimum 10. I guess this is standard array, so you got to pick something. And con of 14. No, let's do this one 14, and we'll do this 13. Okay, there we go. Now he's got that. Languages. He should be like all languagey. No, he should know all languages. But common, obviously, is a thing. But Pathling, Infernal, Kur, Crawl, Leonin. Let's go with the Halfling. Sure. I didn't even know Halflings had a different language. I thought they spoke common. I don't know. Okay. It's probably not that useful. Looking for something that's not on the list, choose an option. Custom background, acolyte, folk hero. No, he's not a folk hero. He's, like I said, everything about him is he's just a performer, a singer, doesn't have a whole lot going. Urchin, which light hand, soldier, pirate, plaintiff, rival, outlander, house agent. I don't know what that means. Haunted, Baldur's Gate, gladiator, gambler, folk hero, far traveler, entertainer. Here we go, entertainer. Let's do entertainer. Duh, that's what he is. All right, proficiencies. He knows a lot about history. Duh. I mean, that's how you sing about everybody in the past. He's already got some of these things, so just another thing to be good at. Let's say Pan's flute. Why not? And by popular demand, I don't know what this is, background feature. Okay. Personality traits. I know a story relevant to almost any situation. Well, duh. Whenever I come to a new place, I collect local rumors, spread gossip. I'm hopeless romantic. Nobody stays angry at me for long since I can diffuse any amount of tension. I love a good insult. Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, sure. Why not? All right, so there's my 2 personality traits. Now, ideals. When I perform, I make the world better than it was. The stories, legends, and songs of the past must never be forgotten, for they teach us who we are. Yeah. That's him. Because he's about telling the stories of the characters that he's out and about. So that's his thing. Bonds. And it reminds me of someone else. Someone stole my precious instrument. Someday I'll get it back. I want to be famous, whatever it takes. I idolize a hero of the old tales and measure my deeds against that person's. I will anything to prove myself superior. No. I would do anything for my research. We'll do this. Okay. Flaws. Scandal prevents me from going home again. I won't satirize a home. I am in trouble keeping my true feelings hidden. My sharp tongue lands me in trouble. Despite my best efforts, I am unreliable. Nope. My sucker face. I do anything to win fame and renown. Sure, I like to be famous and renownful. Sure, we'll call that a flaw. Why not? This is other stuff. Again, okay, so let's give you an idea. Alignment, well, he's good. I mean, all right, let's say he's neutral. Chaotic neutral, lawful good. We'll go chaotic good. He's not a goody two-shoes, but you know. Lifestyle, squalid poor. He's comfortable. He's a pretty successful guy. Physical characteristics. He's short. I'll tell you that right now. Hair. Well, he's got feathers. That's all he's got. That's actually supposed to be the color of his feathers. How about yellow feathers? Skin. Yes. He's got skin. It's under his feathers. Eyes. I think his eyes I have are actually blue. Height. He's only about, let's say 4 feet tall. 4 feet. How about 3 feet, 11 inches? He's a short Aarakocra. I don't know. Wait, he probably weighs. He's a bird, man. He's got to be light, right? He only weighs like 40 pounds. 40. Age? Oh, he's been around the block a little. He's 35, not too bad. But of course he's male because I see saying he. All right, so personality traits. He already did that. No, okay, so that's good enough. Let's go on to the next one. That's it. I think we are good. He's got starting equipment. I'm not going to worry about that. Really, all I wanted to do was create him. So now I can view this character sheet. Go back to my. Let's go back here. Now I can pick my DM overseer. I'll put a picture in there for him shortly. Why can't I use this? Create pre-made character. You know, can I see invite you? Oh, please select the character you want to join. Why can't I click on this? Why does it say I can't use him? Is he not like ready for play? Oh, maybe he's already in the group? Maybe he's already in the group. Let's go see. Because I did create him from the link that I was given. Yep, there he is, DM Overseer. Okay. So now, as the DM Overseer, I'm going to take... I'm going to send this map to myself. So I'm going to go back over here. We can go back here. And we're going to take this maps link. And then I'm going to take that over to here and see what it looks like if I do this. There you go. Voila, it works. So I can go here now as a DM, have this on one screen and have this on the other, and this is the screen I give my players. I put this on the table. So all they get to see is what I show them. We now have the ability to essentially make things... it's weird. Why is there an X in the, why is there a block in the middle of that? So, all right. So if I go here and let's see how in sync this is. Okay, let's see what happens. If I have, do I have to refresh it? What happens? So if I go here and I go here and I don't know what. So this is, oh, that's just painting over, erase. Sorry. I don't know why it's showing. Look, it's keeping up. That's pretty dang cool. So if you want to do this at home, this is the way to do it. You create your maps in a map on the left. Now, there are some cool features about this. I haven't played with it a ton. I haven't added all the characters. I could have the DM Overseer just always be in the area just because he's just going to sit there and watch. But essentially, he didn't even have to be in the room. But I could go here and just add him to a space in the room, right? And he could be like, every time they see, what I should do is stick him somewhere on the map, and every time they see the DM Overseer, he'll vanish and something pops up. A treasure chest, a monster, special monster event, maybe just my own special side thing, and just put him somewhere out there. And if they don't see him, then nothing ever happens. But he's like going to be on the map somewhere, and he'll just be out there. And so now when they go around a corner, I can say, you see only this. This is what you can see. You see a wide open area. I can read the text. And since it's going to be live, very coolly, I can add in like my text. I go in here and I can add, an obelisk. I just recently we ran into a what was it? Let's see. Let's go look. I can't remember what it was. Some sort of centipede thingy. Let's go look at tonight's spell list. So I go bone whack. Let's see if these guys are in here. Bone whack. Because they could very well not have. Oh, look at that. They do. These guys are in this dungeon. And you can see that they're actually quite large. They fit this area. And so I could have them hidden. I would just go into my fog of war and say cover up, and we'll just like, you know, and then they don't know it. They walk in, voila, you've got two giant snail dudes. And these would be appeared, and I could just remove them from the thing. We could play against minis, or I could have one and two tokens. This will allow me to have extra monsters on the table when I only have a few minis to represent them, which is kind of good. So it's a good way to, if you don't have enough minis, you can put all the tokens out there and say, here's a couple of minis to represent those. Just put them on top of one of those pictures, and I will remove the token so that it stays in place. So, you know, it can move around with you. And I can always move the token based on where they want the mini to go, or where I decide the mini goes. That'll make it easy. I say move him right, and I'll move my token here, and then they just put the mini on top of it. So it'll allow me to control where it goes, and I don't have to be doing weird pointy stuff. Here, put him right there, kind of thing. So, and then they can use the mini to kind of track, you know, just to have the mini on the table. But so I think this is pretty cool. The D&D maps are nice. Here's one of the cool features of it. If you have a map that you want to actually play with, say, for example, they have this black and white map, and I said, you know what, I don't want to play with that one. I bought the color maps. I want to use this map instead. And then I can go in here and, you know, I can add my own cover all. It's all gone. And then I can just expose the parts I want to see. You can change the size of this eraser, by the way. So if this is too small, I can always just change the size. This is one of these. I think this one is an eraser size. Oh no, wait, one of them. Oh, this is size. Okay, so if I want it to be bigger, I do that, and I can just clean it all up. And that's what they would be at. Now, they came in through this other area, so I would have to do something like pan over here, and then try to erase the area they came in through. And I would say, okay, you see this stuff. And they don't know what they see in front. I can clear this door so they know that there's a door there. Yeah, there you go. Got Fog of War. Everybody knows how Fog of War works, but the opportunity to play Fog of War at an at-home event is really kind of cool. If you don't want to use, you know, you don't want to try to put cardboard over the table or try to put special coverings, or what I used to do is print these maps, set them out on the table, and I would only give them the page that had that one piece, and I'd build this weird paper map on the board. Or unfortunately, it's a little tricky when you want to have cool 3D map terrain, right? Like you have the actual indoor area. It's a little tricky because you can't do Fog of War with that. Now, my son does it kind of cool at his campaign. He has the 3D maps, and they look great. I love playing on his map. It's way better visually than playing on this. But I don't spend enough time on it. I don't have a place to store that kind of stuff. I just like to do the minis. I paint them, as you know. You've probably seen me painting my minis. If you watched any of my other streams, you know that I do a lot of that stuff. So I like to have minis on the table. I just don't want to mess with the maps because it takes too much time. It's too hard to store them. You want to set them up in advance because it's time consuming, and then you have to have a place. What he does, he takes his maps and he covers them up with paper or cardboard, and all you see is the walls. As he exposes certain areas, he just pulls the paper off, and you can walk around in the halls, and it looks great. I love it. So, you know, kudos to him. He likes the terrain stuff. He likes setting up cool maps, and that's great. He's got a table that he uses for it, and I'm always very impressed. But he only sets up a certain area, so it's hard to do. You can't do like an campaign day where you're traveling a lot, right? You can't like go from place A to B, C to D, unless you have a lot of stuff prepared. You might have, if you wanted to do like an entire dungeon in a day, you have to set up the whole dungeon in a day, right? So there's a little bit of prep work involved there. But this lets me take, like here, I can go to my maps and say, you know what, I'm going to go to my map browser. Now this has all the maps that are in both the campaigns that I'm utilizing. Okay, so if I want to change up the map, it's just click on it, because this is a link to this session of the map. Okay, so they have this map. whenever I start it, but they don't have to. And what's cool about this is I can send it remotely to people, and they, like, say somebody can't show up on a night. I say, here's the map. This is where we are. I can put everybody's token on the board, and whenever they move their token, I just adjust their token on the board. But we still have the minis here in person, but whoever's remote would only see the tokens. The minis will still give us the feel of playing with the minis, but the tokens allow me to kind of keep track and have it set up for the person who's remote. So you can have both remote and present stuff going. They are just tokens. It doesn't like track life or do anything cool like that. But as far as I know, it'll be cool one of these days if they can. But you can't, it would only be on the DM side, right? They take damage, you mark on it how much damage they took. But you'd have to like click on it and know how big they are, what their size are. You'd have to be able to edit all the tokens. I don't think any of that. I don't think they're up to that yet. They haven't gotten to the point of making them. So these are all the maps. What's cool is they have basic maps like this. So if you just want, I just need a water map. I just need a boat map. I just need an area. In fact, I used this one or something similar to this one the other day. Actually, was it? No, maybe it was this one. Because this one, no. Okay, wait a minute. This is what it is. Uploaded map. So if I go here and I upload a map, this is a cool feature. I just go here and say rect metal map. I don't know. The reason I call it that, I'll show you in a minute. It looks kind of like a metal map. So if I'm going to go here and I go to my own personal list of maps, I got miscellaneous maps. Nope, that's not maps. That's miscellaneous items, miscellaneous maps. And then we would upload this one. This is the one I used. The image you're trying to upload is unsupported image format, supported file types. Oh, JPEG, PNG, and WIP. So I got to change this to an actual. I got to find a tool that can change this to another type. Hold on, I actually have a tool. I think, is it this one? Let's try this one. Coral Paint Shop should be able to do it, right? If it can open it, if it can open this style of map, it should be able to do it. But you see I have a number of JPEGs there. This is a way to get maps up to unable to open file. What do you mean you can't open it? Oh, that's dumb. Okay. What can open this? Can well, I know Vism can open it because that's what I used. Open with Vism Photo Viewer, but I don't know if this one can save as a different style. File. This is Vism Photo Viewer, and it's confused just about anything. Save as. Let's see if I can do a save as. File type. Nope, can't change the file type. You can change its name, which is weird. Share. So I can do a lot of different things with it, but apparently you can't change the type. So I guess I don't have a tool that'll change that. I need to have a tool that can change. I can resize the picture. Power rename. What is power rename? File, text formatting, search for file name and extension. This is a Windows power tool, by the way, if you're curious. All right, well, let's open up a different map then. Let's try a different one. Let's put up my snow cave. We'll put it here, and then we'll just call this one. I actually use this one for my Krampus encounter. Snow cave. So here, see, there's squares on the map, right? So you can actually take, you take the little thing here, and this is so you can scale how big the minis are compared to your map. Just like this. It's pretty cool. So this way when you scale it, oh, stop it. I just like to use a slightly bigger view, just so I can do, okay, so you do this. And you kind of try to get your circle right in the middle of it. This sort of fits pretty good, but you want it to be kind of close. So you hit save. Now your scale is to what you want the map to be. And when you go in here and you add in your, go to Maps browser and you go to my uploaded maps, and now you have your snow cave, and you can click on it and it'll put your snow cave on the board as a map. I think. Oh yeah, gotta click here. Okay. So it's gonna go here, and now they've got the snow cave. Now this is obviously a gargantuan snow cave. I could have them walk in here and be in here for weeks. But if I wanted to, I would kind of go to my fog of war, cover the whole thing up so they can't see anything. And then we say, all right, well, you arrived in this area. And now it'd be cool if you could have like varying amounts of visibility. Like it would fade out and it'd be hard to tell what's up there. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Like, okay, so they got 60 feet of visibility, and you know they have 60 feet of visibility, but you know out there, you know, things are going to get harder to see. So you could have this degrading viewability in a dark room. That'd be kind of cool. So at the distance, they might see something barely. I think, is that something there, or is that like something you can't tell because you're not close enough? So it'd be kind of cool because it'd be kind of faded out. But now this is too small to play with, so you would just zoom it out. And then you just, oops, nope. Never mind, go away. And then you go pan, click on pan, and you pull the part in that everybody is sitting in. And then you say, all right, well, you all arrived here, so we're going to put the players in here. We'll put Dacis and Lorna and Excellence and Alvin are all in the room. So then I close this up. We say Alvin, who likes the lead, so does Excellence, non-Lorna. And Dacis tend to stay in back slightly, so they arrive in the room in just such a form, ready to go. Now, there's no extra information. I mean, you can rename them. This is their full name. If I think that's annoying, I can change it to something else. I can just say Alvin. You know, I can go here and say Alvin. You know, just because I don't want to have their entire name, because they have long names. I could have it A, E, N, whatever, or I could just make it big enough that their characters don't take up that much space. So I just make it big enough that when I move it, you know, I guess it doesn't really resize it, but I can just change them how they're positioned in there. It'd be cool if you could change how text looks, like make it smaller or less obvious, something like that. But either way, cool game, cool tool. Oh, by the way, if your players are using D&D Beyond for their dice rolls, like one of my players does, Excellence, he uses, well, the character is a female, but he's not. Whenever he uses his dice roll, it shows you the results here. So anybody who would use that, the dice rolls would appear on the screen. Same thing if, I guess if the DM rolled their dice here, I don't know. If I wanted them to see it, I could roll them off of DM, off of my character, the DM, what's his name? DM Overseer. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. I don't know what some of these are. Point and ping, I don't know what that means. Like if I was to go, oh no, what that, all right, let's do this. Let's add players. Let's add the DM Overseer. I have a feeling if the person is not paying attention, point and ping, ha, check that out. Hey buddy, it's your turn. Click, ping. Well, I guess you can't ping them that often. There you go, look, it's like puts a big red screen on, hey, it's your turn. Or, you know, ultimately I think what's cool about it is it designates whose turn it is, right? You know, hey, it's this guy who's going. You know, I don't know what this does. Oh, hey, okay, so see how it puts you could probably see down in the corner how, oops, why is it doing that? So you can see how when I click on the click here, it kind of puts a bold dot on that person. Now this person may not zoom into the same level. They zoom into what they want to see it at, right? So they can draw. That's kind of cool. So you can actually go over here and say, all right, I'm casting a spell and it's going to cover this area. You know? And or if they want to see if they got the 160 feet between them and the opening, like let's see what that looks like. So if I was to go ahead and open this up, you can measure the distance. What's kind of cool is you don't even have to, if I want to see how far is it from A to B, I would just shrink my map here and say, okay, let's open this up. I mean, you can count the squares, right? It's 60 feet. But hey, if you can just do this, we will say reveal, and we'll use my big, we'll just kind of clear this area up. You can see there's some rocks they can see a little further out, and I want them to be able to see, you know, all the way that's visible. And we'll go here. So they can now see all this stuff. Now, if I want to measure a distance, do I just go from here to there? Say 52 feet. So he's well within range. You can see, it can go ahead and hit that guy. No problem. It's only 53 feet. And is that about right? 5 feet. It's kind of sort of right? Technically, this should only be about 5 feet, which is pretty close, I suppose, right? From center square to center square, but this isn't really center square, so the scaling's a little off on this, but it's not too bad. I mean, this should be, if you go from here to here, it should be 5 feet, 10 feet. So that's roughly close, right? Diagonal's a little different, but, and I think technically the game actually says you have to kind of go step, 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 step. You know, it's like, you go for every turn, it's like 2 squares, or it's 2 squares, 1 square, 2 square, 1 square. I don't know, something like that. And we also know draw. So there you go. I think I've gone over everything. It's pretty cool. Give it a go. If you happen to be, I think you have to you have to have master subscription, I think, to use it. It is an alpha thing. I don't know if everybody else can use it. I know the players can use it, but I don't know if like they can create maps or view the maps unless without the link. But pretty sweet. Give it a go. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments if you like this kind of thing. Hey, I'm always up for feedback. And again, this is just me trying out something new, and this is a way for you to run the maps from D&D Beyond on a home game. If all you have is a TV monitor to act as your maps, you can have your computer in front of you being the DM, and then you use another player. There you go. Till next time.